Good morning, children. We'll be starting a new unit today, that is geometry. Okay, from geometry we'll be taking our chapter angles. Okay, so first of all, let us know what is geometry. Okay, so geometry is a branch of mathematics which deals with the relation between what? Point, line, solid figures like what? Square, rectangle, triangle. So the relation between all the solid figures is studied in a branch of mathematics called geometry. Okay, so why is geometry important in our day-to-day life? So why is it important? Because geometry helps us to increase our reasoning power, okay, our logical thinking power. So geometry allows us to think logically, apply our reasoning capacity, etc. Okay, so that's why geometry is very important in our day-to-day life. Okay, so before we start with this chapter angles, I want to give a few basic terms. I want to introduce you to a few basic terms that is important for your study about geometry. Okay, so first thing I would like to introduce you is line, another one is line, segment and ray. Okay, so these are the three basic things that we need to know in geometry. Okay, so we are very familiar with what is a line. Yes, the very starting of our mathematics class begins with a number line. Yes, number line which is denoted by a straight line with arrowheads at both ends. Okay, so what does this arrowhead symbolize? So this arrowhead symbolizes that there is no end to this line. Okay, it goes on increasing, it can go till infinity. We do not know what is its end. Okay, so line has, it does not have an end, it goes on, it goes on till infinity. So that is a line. Okay, so suppose we have a line, okay, say A, B, okay, then we denote this line by alphabets A, B with this symbol on top of it. Okay, so this is a line. Okay, now when we talk about line segment, there is a slight difference between line and a line segment. Okay, so suppose in a number line, okay, I again take a number line, and this is 0, this is 1, this is -1, and it goes until infinity. This number line has infinite numbers. Yes, so if I consider only this part, just a segment means a part. Okay, so if I consider only a part of this line, then it forms a line segment. Suppose I mark this point as A and this point as B. Okay, then this part denoted by AB, this segment is a line segment, and we write it as line segment AB with one bar on top, because it has an end, so we do not have any arrowhead pointing it. Okay, now we have something called a ray. Okay, so ray is also a line, but one of its end is finite. Here both the ends are finite. AB, we have a finite end. It does not it doesn't go on till infinity. Okay, but in a ray, what do we have is, we have arrowhead which goes on till infinity. We do not know the end, but this point is finite. That means it has a end point. Okay, so this is a ray AB which is denoted by one arrowhead. Okay, so this is a ray, this is a line segment, and this is a line. Okay, so I want you all to be very clear with this three concepts. Okay, so line, it goes on till infinity, it does not have an end. Line segment, it is a finite part of line, and a ray, one of its end is finite, but this arrowhead tells us that one of the end can be elongated till infinity. Is that clear? So these are the three things that is very important in geometry. Okay, so I have written that today's topic is angles, so we'll be starting with the chapter angle. So suppose I have a ray, say, suppose this is a ray AB, okay? And from the same point I draw another ray, say AC, okay? So when we have two rays starting from a same point, if the end point is same, then we get an angle here, okay? So when we have two rays with common end point here, then we get an angle, okay? So this point, the common end point of this two rays, that is point A, is called a vertex, okay? Vertex of what? Vertex of this angle, okay? So point A is called vertex of angle, okay? So we have an angle formed here, and this point A is called the vertex of the angle, okay? So the angle formed here is the short form, the representation of angle. In mathematics, angle can be denoted by this symbol, okay? So the angle formed here is what? Angle BAC or angle CAB. You can name it any way, okay? But remember, the angle, whichever angle you want to represent, it has to, the alphabet has to come in middle, okay? So here, instead of writing, why to write all these three letters? Instead of it, we can just write angle A, isn't it? You may have a doubt. We can just write angle A. Why are we bothering to write all this alphabet? It is because there may be a scenario wherein the same alphabet represents different angles. Meaning, suppose we take this two lines, okay? So say this is A, B, C, D, okay? And this common vertex is O, okay? So if I say this angle from here is angle O, okay? Then if you look at it, if you want to correctly figure out which angle is this angle O, you might get confused. It can be angle, this angle also, this angle also, this angle also, or this angle also. So to be precise, to know exactly which angle we are talking about, we need to use three alphabets to name the angle. Is that clear? So if you want to represent this angle, if you want to talk about this angle, I can name it as either angle BOC or angle COB. Is that clear? So that is why we do not write angles named by just one alphabet, okay? This is the reason why we choose three alphabets to name the angle, okay? So this is all about what is the angle and naming of a angle, okay? Now, if you remember, we all have a unit of measurement, right? If we want to measure a height, we measure it either in centimeter, feet, etc., right? If you want to measure a weight, we measure it in either kilogram or gram, isn't it? So same way, when we measure an angle, the unit used is degree, okay? Or in short form, you can write this symbol, okay? So what is exactly this degree, okay? So this degree is nothing but this, it is a measurement of an angle, okay? So we measure an angle by the amount of rotation one ray makes, okay? For example, suppose I have, this is one ray, okay? So this ray, the amount of rotation, how much does it rotate? Okay, so from here, it rotates around this vertex, okay? So from this point, the ray, by how much ever angle it rotates, it is what we measure, okay? So this is a ray B, okay? So by how much amount this rotation is made to form this ray OB, that is denoted by the angle. Okay, so the unit of measurement of an angle is degree, which is written as this. Okay, so always remember in a complete circle. Okay, so if you look at a clock, so you have a minute hand and an hour hand, right? So when this minute hand makes one complete round, okay, when it rotates one complete round, it rotates by certain amount, right? There is a rotation made and there is a change in angle. Okay, so whenever this hands of a clock complete one round, then the angle of 360 degrees made. Okay, so one complete circle always forms a degree of 360 degrees. That clear? So again, I want you all to remember one fact, that is one complete round forms 360 degree. Okay, and 1 degree is equals to 60 minutes. Okay, so minute is denoted by single vertical line and 1 minute is equals to 60 seconds. Seconds is denoted by 2 vertical lines. So please remember this fact. Okay, note it down in your notebook. 1 complete round forms 360 degree. 1 degree equals to 60 minutes and 1 minute equals to 60 seconds. Okay, so this is all about the basic of an angle. Now I would like to classify the angle based on measurement. Okay, so types of angles based on measurement. So in your geometric box you have an instrument called protractor. Okay, so this is your instrument that is there in your geometry box. So this instrument is used to measure the angle. Okay, so here I do not have a protractor to show how to measure an angle. So for this, I'm pretty sure many of you must be knowing how to measure an angle using protractor, but if you do not know, then don't worry, I will be sending you a link wherein you can learn how to measure an angle using a protractor. Okay, so in the same video wherein I'll upload this same video, in that same video in comment section I'll be sending you the link. Okay, please go through it to learn how to measure an angle using a protractor. Okay, so I was talking about the type of angle based on measurement. Okay, so first let me take two angles. See, this is OAB and say X, Y, Z. Okay, so if you look at these two angles, this angle is more open than this angle, right? This is more open. So we can even tell without measuring that the angle which is more open is more in measurement, meaning this has more measure, meaning angle XYZ is greater than angle AOB. Okay, so we can even say just looking at the figure we can say which angle measures bigger. Okay, but to know the exact value of the angle we need to use a protractor to find the value. Okay, so there are various types of angle based on measurement. So first one is zero angle. Okay, so if you have a ray OA and the ray OB here itself, the ray OB also here itself. Okay, we have the two rays coinciding with each other. The arm of the ray coincides, meaning they are same. That means there is no angle formed in this vertex. So this type of angle is called a zero angle. There is no any angle made. Is that clear? Now we have something called acute angle. Okay, so acute angle is the angle whose measure is less than 90 degree. Okay, so if you have an angle whose measurement is 30 degrees, say, then this angle is named as acute angle. So any angle which measures less than 90 degree is called acute angle. Is that clear? These are all basics. I'm very sure that you all remember this, but this is a quick recapitulation. And this is a right angle. Right angle means the angle which measures 90 degree. Okay, so the angle whose measurement is equals to 90 degree is called a right angle. We have obtuse angle. So angle whose measure is greater than 90 degree but less than 180 degree. Suppose we have an angle, say this, okay, which measures 110 degree. Then this angle is named an obtuse angle. Now we have something called straight angle. Okay, so we have something called straight angle. Straight angle's measure is always equals to 180 degrees. Suppose we have O, A, B. So this is our one ray and this is another ray. Then this angle between this first ray and this ray is equals to 180 degree, and this is called a straight angle. Okay. Now we have something called reflex angle. Reflex angle. So reflex angle is that angle whose measure is greater than 180 degree but less than 360 degree. So all the angles like 181 degree, 359 degree, all these angles are reflex angle. Okay. So suppose I have this angle. So this angle, the outer angle, suppose it's equals to 210 degree, then this is the reflex angle. Okay. And lastly we have a complete angle. That is one full round. So that is equals to 360 degrees. So these are the types of angles that we have. Okay. So this is about the type of angle. If you want to learn how to measure an angle, please go to the video that I have shared you. The link of which is given in the comment box. So, in this video we have learned various things like water angle, yes, and types of angles. Okay. So these are the basics. In the next video I will be teaching you few sums based on this. Okay. Thank you.